Well, now, let's be real to each other. How do you escape the broke life and as well as the misery life? Because it is real. It's a thing that is affecting a lot of people, especially nowadays when a lot of people are complaining, not only in Kenya, but anywhere you're watching this video, the cost of living is actually going high, and probably where you earn, it's still remaining the constant. Like the money that you're earning like 5 years ago is still the same, but the cost of living is actually doubling. Now, how exactly do you escape from that rat race? That's what we call the rat race. You know, rat race is that kind of a thing, or we call it the paycheck to paycheck. Like, meaning that if you do not earn, then you can't eat. Meaning you do not have any savings with you. Now, how do you escape that thing and also the misery? You know, the moment you're broke, you tend to be misery. Absolutely. See, misery means like you really living in a life that is actually desperate, in a life like even you yourself don't even appreciate it. Definitely, it means by default others wouldn't even appreciate you. And again, in this era that you're living in is where people are actually living in a life whereby, hey, if you have nothing that they can lick from your hands, then you ain't even important. Nowadays, we're living in an era whereby the social fabric is gone. People are appreciating those who have money. Then how do you snatch yourself out of that cocoon of broke life? That is the video that you need to watch up to the end. The only thing that you need to do for you to qualify to watch this video is to do two things, just two things. And by the way, a reminder, does not cost you anything, is to like this video. Just say, hey, thank you, Joseph, and also subscribe to this channel by hitting that black button written subscribe. Yeah, thank you. Let's get to the business. Now, see, here you are, you want to escape these two things. That is the broke life and also what we call the misery life. Misery. And then by default of you being broke, then you tend to be what? You know, you tend to be misery, you know. Now, the point is this. First of all, I will tell you one secret. Probably you are broke because you totally don't earn anything. Or probably you are broke because that what you want is not enough for your life. Or totally you are broke because, I don't know, okay, now the point is this. Now, how exactly do you get yourself out of that? First of all, is to understand your life. You cannot escape broke life if you don't understand yourself. Why are you in the situation that you are in? First of all, understand. Okay, fine. I make 20K at the end of the month. I make 20K at the end of the month. All this money goes for food, goes for rent, goes for school fees, goes for blah 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 blah. Then guess how much I'm left with? Zero. Or sometimes I'm even left with debts, negative. Why? Because I have to borrow to actually sustain this kind of a lifestyle. So number one, the reason why you find yourself in a negative cash flow. See, the moment you actually cannot survive on what you make and you have to borrow for you to fund the consumables. You know, consumables are these things that you buy not for the purpose. It's like borrowing and buy a wheat flour to make some few mandazis or chapatis or whatever you guys call it, okay? The point is that has negative cash flow. Now, you ask yourself, how did I get myself in this situation? All right. Did I actually improve? Did I actually went ahead and increase my lifestyle and I did not consider how much I make? Those are some of the consequences that you ask yourself. Or is it true that I do not make much to actually sustain myself? And this is what majority of the people tend to think. Joseph, I don't make much enough to actually sustain my life. And you ask themselves, or did you actually got more in things that you need to do in life as far as your lifestyle is concerned more than what you make? You get the thing? Now, the point is this. The moment you realize you're broke, number one, don't be choosy. Don't be too choosy. Don't be too choosy. Okay? Don't be too choosy. You know what? You see, this is what we say. At desperate times call for desperate moments. Let's say you are broke in this sense. When I say don't be too choosy, I'm saying when you actually do not have any job, you're actually unemployed. Unemployed. See, when you are unemployed, you don't become too choosy. See, when you do not have the options on the table, come on, you pick that what is available on the table. I gave my own lifestyle, my life history, how I came from all the way from down there up to where I am and still moving along. Okay? The point is this, don't become too choosy. And actually, when you're broke and become too choosy, it's like you're actually being out there and you're like, hey, guess what? Yeah, I'm broke, I agree, but there is nothing I cannot be broke. I was interacting with one of guys back then, some couple of years ago, and the guy was saying, hey, I'm a graduate. There's some things I cannot be able to do. I cannot go out there and do some mechanical jobs and do those technicals. I cannot do that. I have a graduate. I mean, I have a degree. So when you become too choosy, then some of the opportunities will slip off your hands. And I'm going to show you something, and I believe you're going to agree with me at the end of this description. I've ever been in a situation whereby you're looking for a job. You're really struggling. You are out there. You're looking for a job. And maybe say you got a job. And then you compare, you're getting job opportunity when you're already in a job. That's a reality. That's the kind of an irony of life, whereby when you're looking something, when you are outside, you don't even get it. But when you get in, you get a lot of it. You even ask yourself, do I quit this one? I go to the other one. So the point is this, don't be too choosy. Don't be too choosy. Pick that what is moving along the way, because this is the concept that majority of the people then tend to forget. See, when you not become too choosy, you have more options. But when you become choosy, you're actually segmenting your market. You're actually segmenting the opportunity, segmenting the opportunities that can actually hit on you. When you say, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, then you're actually doing what? But the moment you say, hey, guess what? I can do it, provided it's legal, you get into it. The moment you interact with people, because the money that you're looking for, it is with people. So the moment you get yourself on board on something, even if it's not corresponding to what you actually studied, at that particular point, then it happens that you get to interact with different people. Along that point, that's when you interact with people probably who are the same level with you in terms of education, or people with different opportunities or different ideas, and that is the way you grow yourself and elevate yourself to the next level. So avoid being choosy. Number two, budget that little that you have. There is no any other option. I'm pretty sure even if you say you're broke, definitely you must have eaten. Honestly, you can't tell me I've started being broke last year, so I've not eaten anything. Obviously, you'll be dead right now. So there's something that you get, no matter how small it is. Let me tell you one secret. If you cannot be trusted with that small thing, even the bigger one, you cannot even be trusted. So one thing that you're supposed to do, even if you are broke, even if you are down out there, learn to have the character of budgeting, character of management, character of knowing what goes where. But if you just apply a freestyle kind of a lifestyle and say, hey, guess what? Whatever money, that cannot be even, the term budget does not even apply in my life. That way you're actually elevating and you're actually propagating as something called ignorant. And at that case, those are the people when you get an increment all of a sudden, because something can happen. Remember what I told you last time. Success is usually an intersection between two things, a hard work and a luck. So when they intercede, that intersection, that's we call it the success. Now, can you imagine this? You have the hard work, yes, but the moment luck shows up, you earn a lot of money, you do not have yourself a character. You're going to make a lot of money, they're going to slip off your hands, and you're going to say, hey, guess what? Oh, bring again that opportunity, it's gone. You get the thing? So the point is this: learn to actually cultivate that character of yours as far as the savings are concerned, so that by the time now the big money shows up, you can be able to do something at the end of the day. Number two, learn, or number three, learn to actually associate with people. Get the network. Get the network, okay? Get the network. The network. That is the point number three. Get the network. When I say get the network, obviously remember one thing. The amount of money that you make is directly proportional to the number of people that you influence, obviously by the perceived value that you have in your life. So therefore, the money that you actually we don't even make money, we attract money. That's for sure. We don't make money. The government, they're the one that can print money out of thin air. You can't do that. I mean, if you do that, you're going to be sued, okay? You're going to be in prison. So what we do is as we attract money, okay? For example, if today I show up to a hotel, I want to maybe take my lunch from there. So that guy, they have actually managed to get my money. Why? Because I was hungry and they did provide that what I was looking for. So I'm going to go into my pocket, get that money and give to that individual. They have attracted that money from me. That's a reality. So we do not make money, we attract money. So the point is this. So if you can get yourself in a good network, see, if you now gather other broke guys like you and you're talking about how much the life is hard, you're talking about how much money is not there. And I do not know who told people that money is actually in scarce. Money is in plenty. At the moment you have that scarce mentality in your head, actually that should be point number 4. When you have that scarcity mentality in your head, whereby you're trying to think like money is not even there, money is not there, you know what, money does not grow on trees, because of the government, and you shift blame and all those kind of things. Guess what? That ain't gonna make you anything as far as the progress is concerned. So associate with yourself with people. Have you ever met somebody who is so much positive oriented? You guys, you're broke, but you're seated somewhere and the guy is talking big. I used to have such kind of a friend. You're seated somewhere and you guys do not have money, but the guy is speaking big language. He's telling you, guess what? I want to do this. I want to do this. We can do this. When you talk about whatever the ideas that they are giving us is actually means money. And we say, okay, fine. Those are amazing ideas, but where is the capture to start? Right now, if I tell you the dude is somewhere and is making some good couple of G's, at the end of the month, that's a reality. So the point is this: associate with people who are, you see, back then when I used to do that painting job, I used to interact with, and I'm so sorry to say, with all the due respect, I used to interact with people who didn't get opportunity to go to the tertiary education and all those kind of things. So you could see some of them are actually making way more money, but they do not have the financial, literacy. They do not have the understanding of how money functions. They do not have understanding, hey, guess what? I can actually pick this one. I can do this one. I can actually invest here. They never had that kind of a thing. Or some had, but they were ignorant. And some of them, actually, they didn't have the money, they didn't have the knowledge, and they didn't have the nothing. But what they had, it's actually most of the ignorant. Some of the information that they were sharing to each other is not even true. It's actually information that is not even verified. Can you imagine if you dive yourself into that kind of a group, you get wrong information, and at the end of the day, by the time you realize, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fools. No, they were not 5, they were 6. You didn't count yourself. That's a reality. And that's why we say birds of a feather does what? Flock together. And if you ask me, honestly, network is the biggest thing that can ever influence and change your life. And if it's not network, if maybe they say you are an introvert, then you can actually go ahead and change your personality. You can change your mentality, how you perceive and view things. Number 3, be accountable. Be accountable to yourself. Do not, you see, the moment you tend to, take your life and actually say, hey, guess what? I am broke, yes, and I am broke because of. The moment you argue that way, you've lost the game. There you have lost the game, because you're actually saying what? You can actually justify why you are broke, and you're actually blaming on somebody on the situation that you are in. But if you can just self-account yourself and say, hey, guess what? I am broke because I make 20K and I actually operate on negative cash flow because the lifestyle that I'm living in is way above 20,000. Okay, fine, I agree. Now, how do I change and improve myself on this? Or how do I make this 20K maybe to 25,000, so at least I can be able to save the 5,000? Or how exactly do I go out there? I am jobless. I do not have any job. I agree, maybe the government ought to have done something as far as my education is concerned, but it's okay, fine. But what can I actually do by myself, and so that I can take myself from where I am? Okay, well, okay, fine. I may not be able to go out there and disseminate the services that I schooled, but I actually have some few talents. I have some new abilities. I have some few, able capabilities that I can go out there. Or maybe I do not have even any skills. I'll be able to hang out with somebody who does something to teach me, so that at least next time I can trade my skills. That's how you think. The moment you tend to blame it on you, the moment you tend to be self-accountable, the moment you get out yourself out there and you're actually day in, day out, you actually going to sort of self-account to yourself, that's the time you tend to shift your mind, change your mentality and how you perceive your things. But the moment you start even actually, hey, guess what, because of they become broke, you never change it and you become misery. You don't even get respected in the life. So the point is this is the recap. Go ahead and don't be choosy if you are broke. Pick that what is available, provided it's legal. Pick it up and move along with it. As you do that what you don't want, that's when you meet that what you want. Number 2, I said, do what? If you are unemployed, make sure that at least you interact with rightful people. People who are positive oriented, because your network is always your net worth. That is exactly how you change your thing. Another thing is that one thing that you're supposed to do in your life is that you're supposed to be self-accountable. Account yourself. Do not play this mind game, blame game and all those kinds, because of this, because of the other. Just be accountable to yourself and say, hey, it is what it is. And probably that message goes to the younger guys, these young generations who blames the government day in and day out, okay? And you substitute the frustrations of this world with taking drugs and alcohol and all those kind of things. That ain't gonna solve any problem. That ain't gonna go solve the realities that you're facing. After you sober up, you're gonna face yourself the same reality that you are trying to escape from. It's like burying your head into the sun. See, and it's just like, let me not give that example, but it is what it is, okay? So be very careful and cautious at the same time. So that is exactly how you exactly break yourself out of this broke life. That is it. That is it, guys. Make sure that you do something out of the points that I've given out there. And if you'd like to have a conversation with me, pick my number from the profile bio, or rather from the description of this specific video, and shoot me a call or text. Let's talk about business, investments, and something. How can we grow each other? For just a cup of coffees, I do exactly that. And don't forget to comment down me, tell me what you think. For now, it's a goodbye. Don't forget, like the video. Like the video. I mean, seriously, like the video. See you there.